What's going on, everybody? Johnny TCG back with another video. Today we got some games cooking with Kaido from Starter Deck 4. I really like this leader. I don't always feel like it performs the best, but today's games I got for you are really fun. First up, we got a game against Red Green Oden from EB01. I decide to keep my hand. I see Onigashima Island. This is one of the most important cards in any purple Animal Kingdom leader. So whether it's Purple Kaido, Purple King, or Blurple Kaido, you're going to want to see Onigashima Island early. This is going to make the rest of the game so much better for you. 8k at life, I'll take that, and I get the Miss All Sunday trigger. This is a huge, an easy way to cheat out 5 cost character. And using her ability, I'm able to bring a Don back. So really, it only cost me 1 Don to player. I'm going to swing 5 into lead with her. Let's see if they counter. I really like Miss All Sunday in this deck and in most purple decks. Recently, the SP of her has gone up quite a bit because of her play in Red Purple Law. They counter 1k out of the first one. I'm going to swing 5k with Kaido, and they hit. Then I'm going to bring a Dawn from my Dawn deck and restep. Pass it to Oden. Let's see what they got. For 5 Dawn, we could likely see an Izo. They do the Hiyori into Denjiro play. I love that Hiyori card. I hate to see my Miss All Sunday go. I'm debating on whether or not to counter. I really like the body, but having to counter 3k is steep. I decide to do it and trash the Double Finger and Queen. Queen would be nice here, but I don't really want to go down on Don yet. I have 6 Don to work with. King is a great card from Starter Deck 04, but it won't be able to pop that Denjiro. I decide to go with that Mr. Tube on Clay to get the ramp, and next turn it'll be able to mimic one of Oden's cards. I swing 7 first with Kaido. This is probably the incorrect turn order. And then 6k with Miss All Sunday. And they counter out at both of them. Passing it over, they play down the 3 cost Izo, rest my Mr. Tube on Clay, and they will probably swing into it. 8,000 into Mr. Tube on Clay. Sorry, it's gotta go. They're gonna play the 5-drop Izo, one of my favorite cards from EB01, and I have to let the Miss All Sunday go. The great news for me is I just top decked the 9 cost Kaido from Starter Deck 04. I'm going to be able to KO the Izo using Kaido's effect. And now I'm already back up to 6 Don. I'm debating on what I should do here. I could give a Don to Kaido, leader, and swing at their lead. Or I can give a Don to Starter Deck 4 Kaido and swing for 11 at that Denjiro. I really want to get it off the field. I could also leave the Dawn open for a Blast Breath on my opponent's turn. Let's see what we do. I end up going 10 at the Denjiro. They let it go. I'm very happy about that. They would have needed 4k with a counter to get out of that with only 3 cards in hand. That isn't super likely. And I don't even swing with my leader. I decide to keep the Blast Breath open in the case that I really need to save my Kaido. Or they could hypothetically Don up on their leader and just swing huge, and I do not want to let my Kaido go. They're thinking about what they're going to do. I believe they're at 8 Don, and at 8 Don we could see a Kozuki Oden from, I believe it's OP01 or OP02. That is the 8-drop. So they were actually at 9 Don and play the New Gate. 7k into life. I really should just let this hit, and I do. I get another Onigashima Island. Not super helpful. I've got absolutely no counter in my hand, which is not a great feeling. I could play the king and KO the Ezo. That doesn't feel great, as Ezo's only 3,000 power. I play the Miss All Sunday just for the draw, and I end up getting the 10-drop Kaido, which is huge. That is one of my favorite cards in the game. Now I'm debating what to swing for. I'm going to go 7 into lead with my leader. They're going to block out of that. And then I'm going to swing 10 with starter deck 4 Kaido, which it will hit. I could use my leader's effect right here and bring him down to 1 life. It's really tempting, but I decide not to. I will most likely play the 10-drop Kaido next turn. I'll swing with starter deck 4 Kaido, and then drop it. I'm gonna give 5 to Edward Newgate, which is gonna bring them to 15,000. And unfortunately, this feels so bad. I am just 2 Dawn short, or 2,000 power short of blocking this. So I've gotta let the Kaido go. The good news is that they're not gonna establish a big body, because they used it all up on the Newgate swing. 5,000 into lead with their red-green Oden. I get the Miss Double Finger. I don't activate the trigger. And I draw another Onigashima Island. 5k at lead with Miss All Sunday. It's about to be KO'd by 10-drop Kaido. Then I'm going to go 5k at lead with my leader. They're going to block out of that with the 2k. And then I know what I have to do here. One of my favorite cards in the game, -6 Dawn and KO everything. Use Onigashima to ramp back up 1, and then I pass. I still don't have a ton of counter in my hand, so I am very vulnerable to some rushers right now. A lot of red-green Oden decks will run Kid and Killer from EB01, or starter deck 1 Monkey D. Luffy, the 5-drop. They swing big at me and I have to let it hit. Here I'm kind of calculating how exactly I can win this game. I do have blockers I can use, but I'm actually using my leader ability. Am I in range? I'm gonna use Sheep's Horn to get rid of that Yamato. Just to rest it. I want to make it... This is a safer play right now. Just getting there, clearing their board, developing a blocker, and I don't swing into life. I leave the 1 Dawn up for a Blast Breath, but looking back, I don't know if that was necessarily the right play. I could have swung big with leader, used leader ability, make them trash a life, and then swung with 10-drop Kaido, and that might have been lethal. They're gonna swing 10 at me. I might let this hit because I could use Law as a swing next turn. Trying to do some numbers real quick. I am not the best when trying to calculate what I need for lethal. Now I'm going to swing 8 at Oden with Law. I'm not exactly sure what the best sequence for this play is. And I don't think it matters, frankly. Because if I just put all this Dawn on my leader and swing, it's still going to hit. So what's the point of even using leader ability? But I swing 9 just to potentially get some cards out of hand. It doesn't really matter. If they had more cards in hand, I think that may have been a misplay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the ideal way to end that game was, but moral of the story, 10 drop Kaido for the win. Next up, we got a game against Red Green Luffy from EB01. I love playing against off-meta leaders. It's always an interesting experience. I choose turn order, go second, and I'm just going to pass on my first turn. Nothing I can do. They're going to go 8 at lead. I'll take it. And I get a 9-cost Kaido from life and a 9-cost Kaido from top deck. And so now I have 3 of them in my hand, which is not ideal. But I am excited to play it eventually. I swung 6 or 5 into life and they block out of it. The right play there was to swing 6 and just then play Onigashima Island. I think maybe I was going for it I don't know what I was going for. Moral of the story is that not an ideal play. But nonetheless, we are ramping. We're at 8 Dawn already, which is pretty great. I'm going to swing big with Kaido. They're going to take it. I am going to play down Blocker Law. And it's my turn. I keep a Dawn open. Hypothetically for Blast Breath if I really need it. Red Green Luffy tends to play rushers like 3-cost Zoro. Now they can play Kid and Killer. And so I need to be prepared for a rush. The 5-drop Cavendish from EB01 is such a cool card. On play and when attacking. If your leader is Supernova type, and you do not have any other Cavendishes, you get to make 2 Dawn active. They swing 6 at me, I 2k block out of it. They're going to swing 5 with leader. Not really looking to get too far down in life. I'm still going to take it though. I considered dropping a counter. Using leader ability, they're going to restand Cavendish and give it an extra 1,000. This is a really nice play on their part. Now I've got to deal with the 7k swing. They can use Cavendish's ability again, and they still have 5 Dawn up. And I'm just going to have to use a couple cards to counter out of it. Then they're going to play the 5-cost Trafalgar Law from starter deck 2. And restand Cavendish again. Swinging, I have to block with my Law. I don't really want to take any more life. That is such a brutal combo. Absolutely awesome, and it makes me want to play the deck. Luckily, I have 9-drop Kaido to save the day. I drop it, able to KO the Law with its effect, and then I'm going to swing. I'm debating on what numbers I should swing with. I decide to go. I'm debating on whether or not to go 11 into 6 or 6 into 6 first. I decide to go 10 into 6, and they're able to block out of it. That is super unfortunate. And I decide to go 5 at lead, keeping that extra Dawn up for Blast Breath, even though I don't really want to use it. I want to ramp back up as fast as possible so I can drop another 9-drop Kaido. For 1 Dawn, they play EB01 Nami, and they reveal and draw Diable Jambe. That is not what I want to see. For 3 Dawn, they play Roronoa Zoro, 3-drop with Rush. That card is awesome. And it's one of the best combo pieces for the leader's ability. They're going to go 5 at me. I'm going to give them my only blocker from my hand, which does not feel good. Now I believe I only have 1k encounter, and that would be my promo Zoro. I take the hit from Cavendish. Using Luffy's ability, they restand it, and now they're going to swing 10. I'm just going to have to take it. I'm going to use Miss Doublefinger's trigger just for another body, and then I can use her ability to trash Kaido to re-ramp 1. Then they're going to go 7 at me, and I'm going to counter Franosuke and Zoro. This is really a do-or-die situation. I've only got 8 active Dawn, which is so rough because if I had 9, I could play 9 drop Kaido, which would be absolutely epic. I really have to go for game here, and so I'm trying to figure out what the best numbers for that are. I'm going to swing 8 into lead. Let's see if they take this. They do have 4 cards in hand, so the odds of them being 2-2Ks wouldn't be surprising. They haven't really used a ton this game. And they are able to block out of it. That is unfortunate. I'm going to put the rest on Kaido, swing for 9. This one's going to hit. This is a huge play. I'm going to be able to use Kaido's ability, -7 Dawn, to make them trash their final life, and they see the writing on the wall. And that is the ideal way to use starter deck for Kaido's trash life ability. It came up huge right there. GG's. And that's all the games I got for you folks. Just 2 quick ones today. Playing against that red-green Luffy was really fun. Them being able to stand up Cavendish and use its ability multiple times was really frustrating. And so it makes me want to try the deck out for myself. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Every like counts. Every comment counts. Tell me where I misplayed. Tell me where I did okay. Tell me I'll never win a locals. It doesn't matter. I love to hear from you. I'm out. Peace.